CJ, thanks for taking the time today. Just with Black History Month, wanted to take some time to sit down and chat with you a little bit about the game and maybe some of your role models as you were coming up through hockey. So I guess we'll start there. Did you have some Black hockey players as role models as you were growing up, going through minor hockey?
Yeah, Jerome McGinley, he was one of the big role models I kind of had growing up. Just the way he played and the way he went about the game was kind of stood out for me, and that's who I looked up to.
What does it do when you have a guy who is a legitimate superstar Hall of Fame guy to be there to be that role model for you?
It's big. It's cool to see when you're a kid, someone similar to you kind of in that position to really awe the fans, right? And kind of lay down that footstone for you going forward.
And this is kind of in the same vein, but for youth in general, why is it so important to have those role models in the game? And they don't have to be a superstar like Iginla, but like yourself, who's working their way up through the ranks, guys who are established NHLers. What do those role models provide?
Just an invitation into the game, right? You see others in similar positions, and it kind of shows them that they're able to come into the game and be successful at it as well. So I just think just the invitation to the game, seeing others like them in the game, is kind of an invitation to start playing and kind of a pathway into the game.
Now, of course, we don't necessarily see a ton of that representation in the sport right now. It's getting better. There's more and more every year. But what would you say to encourage Black kids who want to pursue those hockey passions but aren't maybe seeing that representation there yet?
Just strive to be that person, right? You want to see, and strive to get there so you can be that role model for other people. If there's people not there right now who kind of are in your position, I just think it's important just to never give up and to always strive to be your best no matter what other people say, no matter the color of your skin, who you are. I just think it's best for everyone if you just try to be the best that you can and don't rely on others and their words.
Maybe a bit of a loaded question, but do you see yourself as a role model for these kids?
Yeah. I just try to go about my day the best I can and doing the right things throughout the day and trying everything in my best way I can, right? Like I said, I kind of take my own advice there and kind of give my all every day, and hopefully that inspires someone else to do the same.
I don't think anybody wakes up one day and goes, you know what, I'm going to be a role model. But when you find yourself in that position, what kind of responsibility comes along with being a role model?
A lot. You're someone that a little kid looks up to, and that they want to be like. So if you're putting out the wrong content for them, you never want to do that, and it's not a good look. And you just want to kind of, like I said earlier, kind of create a path for someone new. And if you're doing the right things and being a good example for those who want to follow, you're going to invite them into the game as well.
What opportunity does being a role model give you as you look to grow as yourself as a person?
I haven't really thought about that question or really thought about it at all, but I just feel like if you can be a good role model for someone younger, you're doing your best you can, and in a positive manner, it's going to pay off in the long run. It's all about attitude and effort. If you're doing both of those and putting in the effort and having the right attitude while you're doing it, you're going to inspire others.
Unfortunately, racism is still very much a part of the world, especially for people of color, to deal with in all sorts of settings. What message would you have for kids who have experienced it in their lives, in sports, really in anywhere?
Don't let it hold you down. There's always going to be people out there who don't have the same views or ideals that you think they should. And you just kind of have to put that to the side and go back to work. It's not right. Stand up for what you believe in, but at the same time, don't let it get you down and keep working.
Thanks so much for this, CJ.
No problem.